Well, how you guys doing today? Great to see all of you here. All right. One of the best ways for you to get into the receiving mode is to live in the end. So we hear a lot about living in the end in all the spiritual community, manifesting, self-development. The gurus, the great ones, they always talk about you have to live in the end, right? That is true. The reason they tell you to live in the end because everything is already happening now, and that reality that you desire is a fact. It is playing out right now in what we call another replay universe, multiverse. Hey, from South Africa. Hello, hello. So let's dive into how to really live in the end. All right, let's go. Living in the end, you do it mainly on a mental plane. However, it's not going to bring your manifestation into physical reality. Living in the end is not just living in your mind. What about your physical three-dimensional world? Remember, in order for things to come in, we have to have harmony. There have to be harmony in the mental plane, and they have to be harmony in the physical plane. But let's talk about basically what living in the end is and an example of what living in the end is. So living in the end is basically, let's say you're manifesting a lottery jackpot, or you're manifesting a house or a business. Living in the end for you in your mental plane, first thing you'll do is you'll see yourself already having what you want. You're already living in the house, right? You're just doing regular stuff in the house. You're already in your office. You're building your business. You're already doing the thing. You're making money, okay? Then you follow that up with feeling it. So you already feel what it would look like to have a big jackpot win. You know, what your life would look like in the end. It's a feeling and it's a vision. That's the example of living in the end. However, many individuals, they do it the right way. They live in the end in their mind. They do it with the feeling, but it doesn't seem to manifest, or it's just not, something's not right. So they say, well, I'm doing everything right. Well, here's the most important point you're missing when you're doing this. What about your current state of being? Your current physical three-dimensional world. How are you acting when you're not in your mind? Are you acting like a victim? Are you acting in lack? So what happens is most people, they live in the end, but when they come out of the end in their physical world, they see what is. They see a stuck reality. They see a lack reality. They see they don't have it. They feel like, man, I'm still in this damn three-dimensional world of lack and da-da-da. While in their mind, they were living in the end. Now they're in the three-dimensional world. We have incongruency. Anytime we have incongruency, we are not going to manifest what we want. Write this down, and this will help you to change your life. Always remember this. Everything comes into existence through harmonious alignment. Harmony. Everything must match up. When it matches up, you're going to get a physical experience. If you match positive with positive, boom, positive experience. Negative with negative, boom, negative experience. If you match positive with negative, incongruent experiences, up and down experiences. Some positive, some negative, some positive, some. So you see how that works? That is still harmony. When you have positive and negative, that's also harmony. But you're going to get a different existence. So you want the correct harmony. Got that? Boom. Now, here's what you do to fix the physical three-dimensional world when you're living in the end and the mental. So if you already have your mental game plan already, you've already seen yourself in the mental plane. Now here's what you do in the physical plane. You have to change the story of how you see your physical reality. Now let me teach you something. You must remember, that physical reality, no matter how real it looks to you, nonetheless, it is a game. It is like a hologram. It is not physically real. Nothing is physically real. It's all illusion cast by our brain's perceptuary powers. It's basically protons and neutrons dancing in different forms of wavelengths and light energy. Faster, more real, slower, less dense. That's all it's doing. And to our senses, it appears real. Everything is a vibrational universe, a vibrational pattern. So when you're in your physical three-dimensional world, here's what you do. You look at your world, your physical world, as training ground. So what you're doing is, when you're in your physical 3D, you open up and you're looking around 3D, you gotta think, you gotta have the mindset, oh, this is just training me to be the professional manifester that I am. That will get your mind out of the victim mentality and it will put you in alignment to manifest what you want. Because if you look at the three-dimensional world as training, you're not attached. You just know that it's preparing me for something better. But if you look at the three-dimensional world like this is real life, this is it for me, I gotta accept the cards I'm dealt, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, then you're in a victim mentality, and then you're not in harmony to manifest what it is you want. You got that? So you merge the mental, you see yourself in the end. In the physical, you see it as training grounds. It's a means to an end to bring you to your desired reality. That way now, it's a better transition for you. You don't take it seriously. You see it as just preparing you. You see it as a game. When it's a game, it becomes less attached, easier for you to manipulate the field. Remember, this is a field. Right? In the field, it's constantly communicating back to you and I with different information of what we want and what we don't want. You see, when you're in the field, guys, it's going to give you what you want and what you don't want. It's going to show you all available reality to your spectrum. Now, your subconscious picks up on some, your ego picks up on some. If you have your subconscious in the right direction, in the right program, it's going to pick up on a desired reality you want. When it picks up on the desired reality, then you're in alignment with that through focus, intention, and imagery. And once you repeat that daily, it starts to form a reality. Now, here's the next thing you got to know about this game of life, people. All right? We have been conditioned. Okay, let me break something down to you before I get into it. I just want to show you something deep. And okay, there is biology, and then there is sociology. So I'll give you an example, and I'm going to talk about the universe and how your mind works. Let's just do this so you can get this clear. Biology is the way you and I are designed and programmed to run. So let's use biology, the human biology. So the human body is designed to run a specific way. Sociology. So now we got industrial revolution. So now you heard about this, right? The 3-4 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your body was not designed to eat 3-4 meals a day. When the human body evolved, it was designed more on scarcity. Fewer calories, longer longevity. Not saying starvation, just saying fewer calories with the right amount of vitamins. But through social engineering, through marketing, through these big programs, the food industry, they gave you the pyramid: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is why so many people have so much sickness or disease. Your body is not designed for that. You see now, you have to go with the biology of how the body is designed, right? Does that make sense? Are you kind of seeing it? So just because you see 3-4 meals a day, it's the right way. No, it's money, it's marketing. So you gotta look at, okay, biology. What is the body designed to do? So does that make sense now? Comment below if you understand what I'm saying. Okay? Good, it's all making sense. All right, now let's talk about the universe and your mind. Your mind was designed to be expansive, not limited. The reason you see things as limitation, again, is through sociology, social conditioning. So in social conditioning, which means school, college, parents, teachers, they taught you to limit your senses. Therefore, block off expansion. I just showed you the example of biology versus sociology. Now I'm showing you mental and the universe. Okay? So now if you are taught to think analytically, to think logically, it cuts off the ability to be expansive, which is what you're designed to do. So what were you designed to do on a mental plane? You were designed to be expansive, to see other dimensions, other realities, other dreams and goals and visions that you want to experience. Not only see them, you're also meant to physically transfer them to this dimension and experience them. So technically, you were designed to experience consistent abundance. This is why your body reacts better health-wise whenever you feel good. When you're in a feel-good state or a natural state, you have better health in your body, and it shows. Research has already done showing this already. Stress goes down, good chemicals come up, cortisol level goes down, the body heart rate goes down. We all know that. That's not a coincidence. So why is our body more adapted when we feel good? Because it was designed that way. So if you were designed to be expansive and designed to dream big, and design not only to see what you want, but also okay, let me even break it down deeper. Why were you given feelings? Why are you able to feel something that's not even in the physical reality? You ever thought about that? Why could you feel like you've already won? Why could you feel like you've already got it? Why? And you don't even have it. Why give you something that makes no sense? Well, but it makes perfect sense. You see, what you're missing, or what you don't understand, is when you feel something, it's not that you don't already have it. You actually already have it. It's just not in the dimension where you live. It's still there in the same space and the same time. It's just about aligning the vibration to attract it in. So the reason you can feel like you already have it is technically you already do, because everything is a probability of existence until you observe it repeatedly with imagery, and it collapses from the wave function into a physical experience in the three-dimensional world you live in. So it's technically, yes, it's all about allowing it. So when you expand your consciousness, when you consistently see yourself having it, deserving it, feeling like it's yours, you are now living and experience what you were designed to do. And eventually you do that, and you do it repeatedly, it now will transform and become your physical reality. Do you understand? Does this make sense now? Got it? So when you're living in the end, you're actually, in your mind, you're living in the expansiveness that you were designed to do. When you play as if it's a training game in the physical reality, you are complementing the acceptance that you are supposed to have, which you're living in the end with. That creates the harmony you want or you need. That will then bring into your reality the experience. But if you're living in the end that you're supposed to do in your mental, But in the physical, you're not. You're seeing the physical world as being stuck, as lack. I'm a victim. It's not that. Then you cancel out that state of being in the end. See, you got that? Now, let's talk about how do we know this stuff really works? Well, we can go to science. Science can always prove to us stuff work, you know? We can argue and we can go back and forth. But when we put the science in there, somebody's going to be wrong. Somebody's ego is going to get bruised. Science don't care. Science don't pick sides. It picks the truth. It picks the verifiable evidence. It picks verifiable experiments. It picks verifiable results that you can do today, and 100 years from now you'll do the same results, you get the same answer. That's basically what science is, right? So let's delve into that, and we're going to delve into the world of quantum mechanics to show us that what I'm actually teaching and showing you is actually how reality and its truth. And I'll make it very simple for you. All right, so first thing you have to understand is, and I mentioned this yesterday in another talk, I said that even though we're here in this three-dimensional world, we're actually not even here. Okay? Someone says, what do you mean by that, Mark? Well, here's what you don't understand. I gave the analogy. I said, pretend, let's say you're in New York and you have a friend in California, and you pick up your phone and you call your friend in California, but your friend didn't answer, so you leave a voicemail. You say, hey, this is Mark, I'm just calling to see what's up, da-da-da, you know. The friend checks the voicemail, hears your voice, and says, oh, this is Mark. So when your friend is listening to your voice, logically your friend knows that you're not in California, right? He knows the voice came from somewhere else. Well, guess what? That's the same thing happened here. You see, this is our voicemail. The real us is not here on this planet, or not here in this three-dimensional world. We're playing, we are echoes. This is our voicemail. I'm a voicemail, you're a voicemail. So this is what I'm saying, we're not even here. And if you don't believe me, go look at the scientist that won a Nobel Prize in 2022 for showing that reality is non-local. It means nothing is here. We're being broadcast from somewhere else. So go look that up if you don't believe me. They won a Nobel Prize in 2022 for showing reality non-local. Got that? So this is why I say we are not here. Let's use the voicemail again, because some people make it simple. So listen to the voicemail. Hey, okay, this is Mark. It's me. It's Mark's voice. It's perfect. But I'm not in California. I was calling you from New York. That's where I'm based, right? Now imagine, take your logical mind out of the game and you listen to the voicemail with no logical mind. You're going to believe I'm in California because you hear my voice, I'm real. Same thing, it's the same way this system works. You see, your ego believes you are here. Remember, the ego is severely limited. It can only process 10%. So just because we're walking and talking, your ego says, oh, you're here, bro, you live here. No, I don't live here. I'm not here. This is my voicemail here. I'm not even a human being, man. I'm a what? You cannot put me, I'm not only I'm not here, but I'm in many locations at the same time. And that's according to science, people. So what I'm showing you something deep. Now let's expand on that. Since I'm not here, okay, why is it possible for me to get these big dreams and these big wishes and desires to manifest? Because if I'm not here, I can manipulate this game a lot easier. Because in the three-dimensional world, it has rules and regulations. They don't apply to me because I'm not here. If I'm outside of the game, the rules in the game don't apply to me. So I can manipulate, I can glitch the game, I can hack the game, I can rewrite the game. So I can take what I want from my home base and I can transfer it here to my voicemail personality. And I can let that play out. And that is exactly what's happening. That's what we are. That's why you can experience and manifest anything you want, because you're a voicemail. The real you can't exist here because you are too omnipotent to be here. This is a tiny fraction of you. This is about 1% of the real you. 99% of you is hidden. It has no existence in this realm. It's all around at the same time. So you and I, we have constructed or constrained or devalue our true power, and we're just living a small fraction of what we are in this three-dimensional world. And that is the truth according to quantum physics. I just broke it down the easiest way for you, so you don't have to go through all the quantum mechanics stuff. But that's basically what this is. So we are infinite, and we can manifest, and we can do anything. So that's something for you to keep in mind, to learn and understand. And if you want to learn more, listen, just like how I won the lottery. See, I wrote the book on this. I did the same thing. Came here, decided I want to buy my Dakar Yellow E46 M3. Said I was going to win the Fantasy 5. Did just that. Came exactly the way I visualized it. People, this can't happen in a real reality, man. Think about that. You can't just visualize something and say it every day and then it happen exactly the same way in your visionary. That's unheard of. It's only have to be a hologram. See, I'm awakened to this. So here's the book. You could go get it on Amazon and to further your knowledge, the cheat code to master the game of life. And also I work with you one-on-one to expand your awareness of who you are. My one-on-one coaching is open now. But yeah, that's just the point. The point is, I just want to make you guys become aware of what truly is happening around you, and then you to be able to use this knowledge and information to streamline your existence, to experience what you truly want, and to take off the shackles of lack that you've been programmed with. Because we now know through science and physics what the real truth is. Got that? Excellent. And I'll see you next time.